if you think that it's just to take the Marxist philosophy of from each according to his ability to each according to his need. I tell the story of a speech I did at Oberlin College where 7 out of 10 people in the audience said they were socialists. And I said, okay, socialists, what kind of phones do you have? I hold up my iPhone, it was an i5 at the time or something. He said, well, why do you want to know? I said, well, don't worry, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not going to steal them from you. I just want to know what you got in terms of your phones. So they're holding up Droids and they're holding up, LGs and iPhones and stuff. I said, okay, those of you that are socialists, I want you to bring your phones down to the front of the room. I'm not going to take them, not going to steal them. We're going to put them in a box. We've easily got $2,000 worth of electronics here. And after we're done with this dog and pony show, all of us together are going to go to a pawn shop in Cleveland, and we're going to get $2,000 for these phones. That's $120 bills. We're going to drive through the streets of Cleveland, and we're going to redistribute that wealth from each according to his ability to each according to his need, and we'll do some good. You'll get a chance to live up to your philosophy. And literally, you could watch them just see the sparks coming out of their heads. Like, well, hold on a minute. No, this is my phone. And I'm thinking, yes, it is. Oh, we won't split hairs. Technically, it's your dad's phone, but yeah, it's your phone. So they're all in favor for wealth redistribution as long as it's somebody else's wealth being redistributed to them. But when they have to distribute their wealth to somebody else, all of a sudden they're rock-ribbed capitalists. They're William F. Buckley. At the same kind of an argument with a guy who said, well, you're making some good points, but you can't possibly think that a person should have 5 homes when other people don't have any houses at all. It's disgusting, isn't it? And I said to this guy, how many songs do you have on your iPhone right now? What do you mean? Well, how many songs have you got? I don't know, 750? Do you really need 750 songs? Do you listen to 750 songs at the same time? Every one of those songs cost $1. Couldn't you get by on 50 songs and take that $700 and give it to poor people and help them out that way? Why do you need 750 songs? It's disgusting. I'm ashamed to be in the same room as you. Don't get me wrong, pal. I don't want to be living in a world where I can tell you how much music you can buy with your money. But you're making the exact same decision as that guy did. He's just making it on a larger scale. When you bring these things down to people's day-to-day existence, they realize that they are, in fact, doing the things that they've been told are demonic. And it's not demonic that you should spend your own money on your own music. Now, if you want to spend $750 on helping poor, that's your business. Congratulations. Knock yourself out. But no one should be making you do it. And suddenly they get it. So just to wrap up your argument, if I had 10 minutes, I would say, listen, let me give this to you in a nutshell. And I wish I could claim this. You're kind enough to say earlier that before we rolled that you didn't want to take the antelope story, because you have a code of honor. I'm the same way. I wish I'd come up with this, the best analogy I ever heard, but I heard Dinesh D'Souza say this. And maybe he didn't even come up with it. But basically, the conservative position is this. I would say to everybody in the country, let's say that the total population of America consists of 100 people. It's a nice round number. We can just get our hands around a number like 100 people. And let's further say that 10% of the population is incapable of pulling this cart. We've got a cart full of stuff that we're pulling down the road, and you have to work. But let's just say that 10% of the population, what Victorians would call the deserving poor, can't pull the cart. They're too old, they're too sick, they're too young, they've got birth defects, they've got infirmities, they've got the flu, they're tuberculous, whatever. 10% of the population is incapable of working. We conservatives would say, of course these people need help. We're not going to just shoot them and leave them in a ditch. We can put 10 people in the cart, and 90 people can pull 10 people, just about the same as 100 people pulling them. You really won't feel the difference. Now, the problem is, as we're going down the road and somebody says, I got a little bit of a blister here, I think I'm going to get in the cart for a while, and then they don't get out of the cart. Now, we got 20 people in the cart, and we got 80 people pulling. You still can manage that. But the problem, Stefan, is all of a sudden, some son of a bitch realizes, and he starts going down the line, he says, listen, vote for me, and I'll get you a seat in the cart. Okay? You don't ever have to pull again. Vote for me, I'll get you in the cart. And people think, well, I'd rather ride than the people without any morals, right? The R's say, well, yeah, okay, sure. So they vote for this person. Now you got 50 people in the cart and 50 people pulling, right? Now you're in real trouble. And I don't know what the exact number is, but when it gets to the point when there's 70 people riding and 30 people pulling, or 80 or 20, then the 20 people up front who've stuck there because of their own code of behavior and decency and hard work and values, there's going to come a point when those people are going to say, what, screw this. This is ridiculous. I am not going to pull 80 people or 70 people or 60 people who are perfectly capable of walking. They're just going to drop the cart and they're going to walk away. And the point I would make to young people is the great tragedy in this is that the people who are hurt the most are the 10 people that couldn't help themselves in the first place, because now nobody's pulling the cart, right? That's all we're saying. We have compassion and charity for people who are in genuine need, but people who are not in need getting on the free train means that sooner or later it's going to collapse, and the people who cannot do it for themselves are the ones who are going to suffer the most. If you really care about the poor and the disadvantaged, you should be in favor of hard work, because that's how you can continue to pull poor and disadvantaged peoples forever. But once you start signing up for free benefits because they're there, it's over. When you can vote yourself money out of the treasury, it's over. And we don't want that to happen, because we like poor people and sick people and weak people. We think they need to be protected. That's actual moral superiority, and not just unearned moral superiority.
Very, very well put. I don't really have anything to add to that other than, well, I guess, yeah, one thing I would say is, of course, as more and more people ride on the cart, it gets more and more unpleasant to pull it. And therefore, you're creating different incentives, right?
And when you become a chump, when you're a chump for pulling the cart, when the smart play, and not only the smart play, all the social proof is, what's the matter with you, man? You know, when it becomes a point where you are a chump for working hard, then the collapse will happen instantly. And to kind of wrap this up with a bow, this is the cycle of civilization, right?